So best thing to do is start off making hers because it takes less time. And we'll haul out a lot of the other stuff. Get her canned stuff out of the refrigerator. Get the spoon. And what I do is I put a little bit of the white dust, which is the chicken dust, at the center of the plate, and then spoon up her food. And she'll get about 1 heaping teaspoon plus about 1/2 of another. And that's usually a pretty good meal for her. And then after that, give her a little bit of water, very small amount though. Set that up, and then I'll set hers up here, back in the cupboard, while we get along to preparing his. Okay, so we'll start on his, and a lot of things go into these are of course from the refrigerator, and then we've got numerous other items that need to come down, and this as well. Okay, first we'll start with the pills. And for the evening meal, the pills are out of the orangish tops. And that's fluoxetine and budesonide. And the other is Cerenia and metoclopramide. And we start with a small pinch of raw venison. Now this raw venison has been treated. I put a little of the dark dust on it just to soak up some of the residual moisture that forms on this as it thaws. Makes it easier to work with, less sticky. So we do a little wrap. First pill. And then just place it gently in the chicken dust. And then get another pinch. And do the second pill. The reason I place it gently in the dust is the dust for him is just to get him to eat things. We don't want a whole bunch of dust on everything. So you just place it in there, roll it around on your fingers a little bit so it's coated. And what he'll usually do is go out to his little carpet by the door and wait while you prepare this. This first pill. And it's best not to just drop it on the mat, but get down there and just roll it to him on the mat. He seems to be a lot happier that way. And he doesn't nip at you. He just sits there and waits for it to stop rolling and munches it up. He says, and then I'm a good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. We go ahead and prepare his main meal. And this is where it's a little different from before. His main meal is really just to get all of the various potions and powders in him. So you pinch off a pretty good sized lump of raw venison and then smash it down into a patty. Okay, first thing we add is we add a short pump of this stuff. It's omega V3 liquid, and it's for his arthritis. So we just put a little bit of that and then put it back up in the cupboard. Next one that comes is is can't remember what this is called. Pancreas Plus. Thank you. And the Pancreas Plus, of course, is for digestion. Once you get that in there, push this back up. And then this is his VSL3. And you basically sprinkle this on so that you cover the little mound of Pancreas Plus. You don't have to put on a lot, but enough to cover the mound. And then fold that up. Then we can put these back in the refrigerator. And then on top of this, I put a good sized 3-finger pinch of powdered venison biscuit. And that's just to hold everything together. It's a nice concrete to hold it all together. And you end up with a pile. And use this pile of food as kind of a mop. So you can mop around the serving dish and mop up all of the liquid and all of the powder. So you get you get all of it in there. And then just keep folding it and mashing it. And that way we get the powder distributed, get the liquid all soaked up, and then we can start making little bonbons for him. And this is different too. He doesn't eat it out of the dish anymore. This gets hand fed to him, you know, after it's had its 13 minutes of timing for all the Pancreas Plus to do its wonder on the food. But basically you just make little bonbons, and I usually make between 4 and 6. 5 is pretty much standard. That's about, you know, the size of them and about the number of them. And then you kind of scoop them up with a spoon and just let them drop into the chicken powder or chicken dust. That way you get all the powders, all the liquids, all the fancy additives. And then just like with his pills, you just kind of gently roll them in there and then put them on here. This is going to be a serving dish, but he's not going to eat out of it. You'll be handing these to him just like you would the pills. You know, he doesn't need a lot of the powder, but don't worry about having too much or too little. It'll be enough as long as he's got enough for him to taste. Okay, and then we'll go over to the micro. We'll put it in the micro for 13 minutes. And it's a new micro, so it's got a new set of controls. I'll label these. But basically what you do is on the left side of this little bar is the timer. So if you push the timer and spin the dial, it'll start displaying how many minutes. 13. Put it in there. And if you want, you can put it up in the cupboard, whatever's good. And then press the top of the wheel, and you can see the countdown. After the time is up. Push that, and there is, it's sat for 13 minutes, and it's ready to give it to him. And basically, you give it to him the same way you would with the pills, one at a time on his mat, and he'll just roll them to him, and he'll gobble these things up.